Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Element Medium Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 32035. So we're going to be talking about the medium one, but I actually have a sample of the smaller one, the smallest one, and I have it right here. So we can kind of check out all different parts of it and see what it's all about. But remember, we're talking about the medium one right now, and my sample is going to be the smaller one. So this medium one is coming in at 25 inches overall height. The width on it is coming in at 7 inches, and the projection that's going to be from the wall coming out is coming in at 4.5. Backplate is going to be 11 inches by 5 inches, and the mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the electrical outlet box, is coming in at 17.6. And that's going to be going onto a J-box. A 4-inch J-box is like this. Remember, the back plate on this is going to be 11.5. This is a mounting bracket, and this is a square one, but yours is going to be 11.5, so it's obviously going to be a rectangle. But just to show you how it all goes together, which is pretty easy. And I want to show you a little bit more about that, and how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list, and there's not that many parts on this. Actually, there's some screws, there's the mounting bracket, and then there's the actual fixture itself. And there's no glass on this, which is great, so there's nothing really to break. Awesome. And basically, this is going to be heavily forged aluminum with impressions that are pressed into it, and the light is going to be washing down on those. So it's a really interesting fixture, and the light that you put into this is going to really kind of determine what happens. So we'll talk about that in just a quick sec. So this is going to be using what's called a medium base socket, and when you look up inside of here, you can see it kind of hiding right there, way up there. And a par 20 bulb is going to be the one that they want you to use. So a par 20 bulb basically shoots light in one direction, and it's going to make this dark sky friendly. So dark sky friendly means no light going up, made to the same specifications as dark sky compliant, but just doesn't carry the label. So you can take this video, you can take the spec sheet for this if you guys are dealing with a town or a city that wants you to do dark sky compliant, and you can send this all over to them and say this is the same specs, but it's called dark sky friendly, and they should just let you pass right through that. Getting back to this guy right here. So par 20 bulb, you can go up to a 75 watt halogen in this if you want to do that, and there's no reason not to. However, a good reason not to is to do an LED, which I think is pretty good. It's a regular screw-in bulb. We just know how easy it is into that medium base socket. Easy to find these bulbs. You can find them at Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware or any of those stores. This is a 75 watt equivalent, 75 watt halogen equivalent, actually, par 20 that I bought on Amazon. I don't know, it's called Hypercon. How's that? And it's actually, this is the Amazon brand. This is their house brand, or Amazon Basics, and I tend to like this a lot. I use this all over the place. I like it for lots of different reasons. So shoots light in one direction really beautifully. The light that comes out of this is pretty crisp, which I like as well. So when it washes down on that plate, it's going to leave little shadows down on the bottom underneath these impressions, which is kind of cool. And it's a dimmable fixture, and it's a dimmable bulb. The other thing about it is I get to choose the color of my light, and I chose what's right in the middle called warm white or soft white. That's 3000 Kelvin. You're going to notice these are going to be offered to you in different types. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin, also called 2700K. That's going to be like a setting sun, a super yellow light, kind of yellowish orange. They're also going to offer this to you in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm, but it's not warm. That is a cold bluish white light, like an overcast day or a hospital waiting room. That's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin on that scale. The light coming down on my hands, this is that nice warm, kind of like an incandescent light, the soft white, warm white I talked about. This is that 3000K, so that's why I like it a lot. Anyway, so that's that. If you want to dim this fixture, and you can, you might be using this inside, because remember it's an indoor-outdoor fixture, just make sure you buy a dimmable bulb. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it It holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.